Okay, we're going to take some red chili peppers. I'm going to open the packet now. Bit of a problem. Okay, we got 5 chilies here. We're going to snap the tops off. Very easily done. Then once we've done that, we're going to de-seed them, and we'll end up stuffing them with a mixture which we will make shortly. Okay, we're going to make a single incision along each of the peppers, along the length. That's number 2. It's a little bit tricky, this one. Just open it up a little bit, make sure we've gone all the way through. We're only cutting through 1/2 of the pepper, so we can get in there. We're not actually cutting the pepper in half, we're just splitting it lengthways so that we can de-seed it, which we will use a spoon for. There we go. Just make sure they all open up properly. There we go. Then we get our spoon and we scoop out the seeds. Find a teaspoon is really good for this, so we just do that very quickly. And we repeat that with all of them. You may have noticed that the peppers are different sizes. That's not really a problem. I just buy a pack with the amount of peppers I want, because my girls are fussy eaters and some of them don't like their chili popper chicken too hot. Big pepper, hot chili popper chicken. You obviously need to make sure you remove all of the pepper seeds, otherwise that makes it incredibly hot, and I would get a few complaints to that one. Someone you don't like, leave the seeds in. Once you have de-seeded them, we're going to make the sweet rub now. The sweet rub is actually mixed with cheddar and cream cheese to form a filling for the peppers. You use soft brown sugar. I've used 2 tablespoons for these 5 chili peppers. About a tablespoon of soft cream cheese, and about a tablespoon and a half of a barbecue rub. Quickly grate a little bit of cheddar, keep it separate from the dry rub. Okay, we're going to put the chili popper chicken filling now into the chilies. Spoon it in. Normally, just try and get it in both sides. You'll overfill it. Squeeze it as shut as you want, and then scoop it off levelish with the spoon, leaving as much of the filling in as you want. More filling for a bigger breast, obviously. The smaller ones don't quite get as much filling because they're obviously smaller chilies, and the breasts are smaller and it makes the chili too big to go in them. Now we have to sort through the chicken, which is a joyous bit because we buy this at the supermarket in a big packet and they're all different sizes, as you can see. Hence the reason for the different size chilies. We don't have the pleasure of going to the butchers to pick our chicken joints or breasts, so we have to make do with what we get. Also, you'll find, as you can see, they're not trimmed up quite properly. There's a big lump of fat on the one to the right there. And you'll find that they've been hacked about, where they've been cut off the breast, some of them. And when you make the incision for the chili, you'll find the chili will pop out the other side. Not really a great problem, as you're going to be wrapping it in bacon anyway. The knife I'm using is a thin bladed boning knife, which I use for a lot of my work. It allows me to make a thin incision into the chicken breast here, pressing it parallel. Mind your fingers, don't go in too deep. Cut slightly to the left, and then we've got our little pocket for our chicken chili popper, which we're going to pop in now. Should be enough room. There you go. In she goes. Wipe the little bit of chicken in, seal it up. Now, sometimes you might find that the chicken, as I said, might be a bit hacked about on the other side, and once you've made the incision, your chili will pop out the other side slightly. Again, not a problem because we're going to be wrapping the whole thing in bacon. If you'd like to see more recipes, can you please subscribe to the channel and give us a like? Hopefully soon we'll be getting some more recipes online for you to enjoy and try with your Komodo or barbecue. Even your oven. These next few breasts, as you can see, have got this huge hole in this where they hack them about when they cut them off of the breast. So that one's the same. It's down to the labour they use in these factories. You're going to get a better result if you go to your local butchers, but you're going to pay a premium for it. That's the third one. Again, the same thing. It's where they push the knife too far in and don't follow the bone, the breastbone, as they carve the breast off. Now we're going to make a repeat of the sweet rub again without the cheese. So basically it's soft brown sugar, an American barbecue rub I've used here from one of the discount supermarkets, if you noticed. I love it. They only sell it in the summer, so I normally buy a few jars of it to carry me over the winter. Also note, as you can see, I've covered up my chicken. It takes me a little bit of a while to make this, so I cover it up, make sure nothing lands on it, obviously. I've covered the chicken in bacon. It's wrapped in bacon, so it's all held together now. And now that is the rub to go on, mixing it up. Basically, I'm just going to sprinkle that over, spoon that over, and leave that again for a 20 or 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, to try and soak into the bacon to all enhance its flavouring. You might want to take note that I'm actually using my hand to shield the rub from actually going everywhere. It has a tendency to fall everywhere unless you do that, and you end up scraping it all off of the trays. Also, any mounds of rub can be spread about with the spoon once you've applied it. Try not to get the spoon too wet because obviously the rub is going to stick to it if you rub it in the meat. So just try and rub it on the dry rub. The charcoal has been loaded up into a pyramid type shape. The top charcoal lump there, as you can see, is a light and has been burning for about 15 to 20 minutes. Some little tiny bits have been sprinkled over the large restaurant grade stuff because I'd got some junk charcoal and I needed to use it up. Covering it up now with the deflector plates, and I'm going to bring it up to a temperature of approximately 110 to 120 degrees because we're going to cook this low and slow till the chicken reaches an internal temperature of 74 degrees Celsius. Okay, we're going to let it come up to temperature now to 120 degrees. Cook on a low and slow to 74 degrees. Once it hits 74, remove Bring the temperature up to 180, coat in barbecue sauce and place the chicken in for 15 minutes. Recoat with barbecue sauce if needed. The finished chicken. Hopefully, if you like what you see and what you've eaten, you will subscribe to the channel. Please give us a like. Thank you for watching.